Good morning, dear students of class 8. Welcome to the English online learning class. Today we are going to take up question answers of the lesson Fight. Now question 1. In what way is the forest pool different from the one which Ranji knew in Rajputana desert? Answer. The forest pool was clean, cold and inviting, whereas the Rajputana desert had sticky, muddy pools where buffaloes they wallowed and women washed clothes. Question 2. The other boy asked Ranji to explain himself. What did he expect Ranji to say? Part 2. Was he, in your opinion, right or wrong to ask this question? The answer. He expected Ranji to apologize to him and immediately leave the pool. Part 2. He was wrong to ask this question because the pool was in the forest and it was not his personal property. Question 3. Between Ranji and the other boy, who is trying to start a quarrel? Give a reason for your answer. Now, between Ranji and the other boy was trying to start a quarrel. When Ranji saw him, he did not say anything. It was the other boy who asked Ranji to explain himself. Ranji was prepared to be friendly and was taken aback by the boy's hostile tone. He even asked the boy to come and swim with him. However, the boy said it was his pool and started a fight by calling himself a warrior. Question 4. Then we'll have to continue the fight, said the other. What made him say that? Part 2. Did the fight continue? If not, why not? Answer. When even after a lot of fighting, Ranji refused to leave the pool, the other boys said that they would have to continue their fight. Part 2. No, the fight did not continue. After they decided to continue the fight, neither of them took the initiative. Then the other boys said that they would continue the fight the next day if Ranji dared to come back to the pool. Another question. What is that Ranji finds difficult to explain at home? Answer. At home, Ranji found it difficult to explain the cuts and bruises that showed on his face, legs and arms. It was difficult to hide the fact that he had been involved in a fight. Now Ranji sees his adversary in the bazaar. What does he wish to do? Part 2. What does he actually do and why? Answer. When Ranji saw his adversary in the bazaar, he wished to turn away and look elsewhere. Then he wished to throw the lemonade bottle at his enemy. Part 2. He actually stood his ground and scowled at the other boy. He did not throw the lemonade bottle because he did not want to start a fight in the bazaar. Another question. Ranji is not at all eager for a second fight. Why does he go back to the pool then? Answer. Ranji was not eager for a second fight, but he still went back to the pool because he had not turned up. If he had not turned up, it wouldn't have been an acknowledgement. This would have been an acknowledgement of his defeat. He could not quietly accept his defeat, and if he surrendered, he would be beaten forever. However, if he fought and got beaten, he thought, he could come again to fight and be beaten again. As long as he fought, he had the right to the pool in the forest. So, although Ranji was not at all eager for a second fight, but still he decided to go to the pool. Now, next question. Is fighting the only way of resolving differences of opinion? What else can be done to reach a mutually acceptable settlement? Now, here you can use your own analytical skill. This answer will vary from person to person. But the lesson also points out that resolving differences of opinion, fighting is not the only way. Rather, it is not the right way. You can always express your views, have discussion, have talks, and resolve your differences of opinion. And I think towards the end, the lesson points out to this only. Now, this answer you will write giving your own views. Although I have suggested some view, but you can write your own views. Now, next question. Have you ever been in a serious fight only to realize later that it was unnecessary and futile? Share your experiences, views with others frankly and honestly. Now again, this answer will vary from person to person. You have to recall any serious fight you indulged in. And later you realized that it was unnecessary and futile. So you can write this experience in your answer. Next question. Why do some of us find it necessary to prove that we are better than others? Will you be amused or annoyed to read the following sign at the back of the car in front of you? Now, the statement. I may be going slow, but I am ahead of you. Now here again, you have to give your own views. If you read this caption at the back of the car, I may be going slow, but I am ahead of you. What does it suggest? Although the car is moving slow, but then the driver is driving the car with lot of caution, keeping in mind the traffic rules. So you have to give your own view after reading this answer. Who was the better swimmer? How do you know it? Well, Ranji was a better swimmer when the other boy made fun of him by saying that he would not be able to swim across the pool. Ranji dived straight into the water and surfaced at the other end in a flash. The boy was amazed at how well Ranji had dived and later at how he had swum underwater. He said that he did not know how to dive or swim underwater and asked Ranji to teach him both. So earlier, these two boys, especially the other boy, was in a mood to fight. But then he saw Ranji's style of swimming and he was impressed by his technique of swimming. So this mood to fight went away. And now he was impressed by Ranji's quality. And he wanted Ranji to teach him how to swim properly. What surprises the warrior? The warrior was surprised to see how well Ranji had dived and later how he had swum under the water. Now that they are at the pool, why don't they continue the fight? The warrior asked Ranji to teach him how to dive. Ranji agreed. He even surprised the warrior by swimming underwater. The warrior made efforts to dive and swim underwater. Ranji did not discourage him and promised to teach him. In return, the warrior promised to turn Ranji into a wrestler. Consequently, they became friends and therefore they did not continue the fight. So they were admiring each other's qualities and they also agreed to teach each other their skills, their techniques. Ranji was ready to teach the warrior the technique of swimming, and the other boy was ready to make Ranji into a good wrestler. Ranji's superiority over the other boy is obvious in the following: physical strength, good diving, his being a fighter, a sense of humor, swimming underwater, making a good point, willingness to help. Now here are some of the phrases you have to choose. Now the following areas in which Ranji is superior to the other boy is he's good at diving, swimming underwater, and willingness to help. What according to you makes the two adversaries turn into good friends in a matter of minutes? Explain it as you have understood. So the two adversaries, they have started admiring certain skills in each other, which they themselves lacked. When the other boy saw how well Ranji dived and swam underwater, he forgot about the fight and asked him to teach him these skills. Ranji's willingness to help the other boy made their friendship possible. Noticing Ranji's thin body, the other boy promised him that he would turn him into a wrestler like himself. As a result, in a matter of minutes, the adversaries turned into good friends. So, the lesson has a strong message that fighting is not the solution of sorting out your differences of opinion. Rather, you can use other methods like the two boys here. Earlier they had indulged in a fighting, but later on they saw each other's qualities and they decided to share their good qualities with the other and they became friends. The bond of friendship grew stronger and stronger. We'll stop here and you are going to write these answers down in your notebooks. Thank you.